wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister. Everyone is working super hard. We should be too.
Childhood does not exist.
Hey, traveler, Paimon.
Oh, Paimon knows that voice!
Paimon know that voice?
Over here. To borrow one of the more popular turns of phrase at the moment, this appears to be quite the fated reunion. Running into you two out of the blue like this has really made my day. I certainly wasn't expecting it.
Hey Dante, how are you? What are you up to?
You can say that again. What brings you to Poisson? Wait, Paimon's got it! You must be here for one of your magic shows, right? Hi there.
Hazer
Actually,
Gamer.
we've run into a bit of trouble on the home front.
Oh, are Lynette and Fremine here too?
Yep, along with most of the other members of the House of the Hearth. You may have noticed Poisson seems...
So you're saying nearly the entire organization has moved to Poisson? Sounds like you've run into way more than just
Are
a
you
bit
both
of trouble.
36 the
What's
new
really going
Abyss
on?
already? Dang.
well...
I don't know if you
Since the
saw
two of
my
you are so
stream earlier
curious,
today, but
perhaps
I
I
could
can
not
fill in
do
the
it.
gaps.
You scared Paimon half to death!
Father, you're here.
People are confused. That is
That's
not
not
a
maybe we
father,
don't need to
folks.
No need to be nervous. I could sense your genuine concern from your conversation just now. Of course, I can also understand your confusion. Sending so many Fatui here to Poisson, it's only natural that some might suspect an ulterior motive to be involved. I understand. I'm well aware you've had your fair share of confrontations with the Fatui in the past, and I can't exactly guarantee that we'll remain on good terms in the future. As for right now, however, I would say we have little reason to be at
I'm
odds with
okay,
each other.
yes.
The House of the Hearth could stand to be more open with those who have worked so closely with us in the past. As for the issue at hand, well, it hardly relates to any ulterior motive. To be frank, it all stems from a certain rumor circulating around the House of the Hearth. It's an internal matter.
What sort of rumor?
A rumor that a certain phantom child is hiding away in the House of the Hearth.
A phantom child? Ooh, just hearing the name is giving Paimon the creeps.
A spirit that should have long ceased to exist is lurking in the shadows of the House of the Hearth. So I decided to bring the children to Poisson before continuing to investigate the situation. I expect I should be able to track down the spirit fairly quickly. After that, it's just a matter of resolving the situation, if you will. It shouldn't be much trouble at all. If you're curious, or if you still have some concerns, it might be advisable to stick around for a few days. I'm sure the children would be exceedingly pleased to welcome some visitors. Lenny, I'll leave you to entertain our guests. I have some matters to attend to.
Of course, Father.
People are so confused. That is not a father. This generation is so confused. They all need to see a psychiatrist.
It has long been a dream of mine to invite you to our home and introduce you to my other siblings. You're quite well known in the organization already. A lot of people have been talking about
Somebody
you,
hasn't
especially after
36 the
everything with
Abyss.
prophecy.
Join the
If you're
club.
willing,
I
why don't you
haven't.
stay a while and have a little chat with us.
Alright. We don't have anything else to do right now anyway. But let's be clear, we're just gonna be there as guests, okay? Don't get any funny... Oh, wait a second. For your guests, that probably means we'll be treated to lots of yummy food, right?
Of course. During our stay in Poisson, we've been helping out the locals with some fishing. We bring in quite the bounty every day. In fact, today is the perfect chance for me to show you what I can do in the kitchen.
Oh
Let's
boy,
go.
this is
I'll
not
take you
gonna
to where
end
we're
well.
staying.
That would be me, LOL. Hey, Terumi, have you had any luck logging in, or is that still an issue?
We rented this house from one of the locals to use as a temporary base. I'll come back later and tidy up a bit. After that, it should be all ready for you to stay in tonight.
Awesome, thanks! So, where are we off to now?
Well, when I happened to
Well,
run
you can
into
always
two
try
earlier,
3
I was actually in the
and
middle of
make it the
distributing
number
some
of the
supplies.
beast.
With this many people staying in Poisson, we have to bring in outside supplies every now and then. I should probably make sure the rest of these provisions get delivered. Otherwise, people might
Well,
start
at
to
least
get
I'm
antsy.
happy to know that you can log in, because I was starting to be scared that that was the reason you couldn't 36
There
it.
are all sorts of rumors about
I
your
can't get into
organization
my
floating
account,
around
so I
out there.
can't
Paimon's
36
not
it.
sure if she could even take a wild guess as to what's true and what's not. But now that we finally have the chance to see a day in the life of the house, we can take a good look at how you operate.
Well, you're more than welcome to come along. Just follow me.
A child who doesn't exist.
Go, Barbara, go!
I really don't like Fontaine. Still wouldn't be able to, no,
Here.
nor I.
The supplies. I'm assuming you've...
Brought them with me? Yep, here you go. Hello? Something caught your eye?
It's the Traveler in Paimon!
No way!
I haven't given up, but
Come here, everyone!
man, am I far from being able to do it. I guess I should
One
just,
at a
you know,
time,
continue
please.
trying to do the
Don't crowd
11th
around
floor
all at
and
once. We don't wanna
9-star
scare off
that
our
one.
guests now, do we?
Oh, it's alright! Gotta say, Paimon didn't realize we were this famous.
As these guides to
course.
do
Father and
36,
Lenny have
the
told us
Abyss
so
there,
much
it's
about
just...
you.
Father
not
told us about how
realistic
you helped
for
Lenny. According to her, you're a
my
champ.
I
account.
heard the Traveler is so... I heard Paimon eat... Wait a second! That's the rumor you heard about... Oh, wait! When get... Oh, we don't need something like... Come on! Huh? Or maybe...
I just want to be able to unlock the
That's not a
boss.
bad idea. I know you usually prefer to fight head. I was poisoned not to.
Wait, but those are the best things... Ooh,
So
how
sorry if
about
I'm
this?
skipping stuff,
Tell me
but
the name of
confuse
someone...
people that are obviously female but want to be called father.
All right, Fold, Selwar, you don't need
Kinda
a
need to
physical
see a
victim of your guest's
psychiatrist if you
outcome.
ask me,
In
but
fact,
I
pestering
never
them with
liked the
suggestion after
Fatui, none of
suggestion
them.
might make them more annoyed than anything. I would say your enthusiasm
And
has
for
certainly
everybody
gotten
that
across.
says that Arlecchino is OP, well, Lenny is pretty close up there. Be right back real quick. Okay.
Awesome! It's been so... Yeah, especially...
Well,
All right, see you later.
Bye! Lenny, about all that poison!
scared you. When Foltz was really young, Elwar has a nut. Chaplot is around. I know you two probably.
Has anybody done the special event where you have to mix drinks for people?
Filio, supplies are here.
Thanks. And who are these two? Outsiders?
Ah, allow me to.
Oh, you're the. It's nice to meet you.
Of course! We're making...
Oh.
You must be pretty familiar.
Oh, this is the first...
It seems like it's going.
Oh, and
Anybody? I guess not.
after this mission is over, I think I'll go get a manicure.
Oh, maybe I should dye my hair. Wonder how much it'll cost.
Is it just Paimon, or do these two seem much easier to get along with than the others? Looks like the House of the Hearth has some normal members after all.
I heard that.
Oops.
I'm guessing you're
Oops.
referring to Foltz and the others.
I bet those crazies are practically foaming at.
That's enough, Philly.
Ah, don't talk about.
Guess this.
Hey Reaper, how are you?
Well, that's it for the supplies.
So you've been able to 36 the Abyss?
Well, they didn't seem too happy with each other. Seems like there could be something more going on here. You're right. Oh, Lenny's getting...
Didn't hear me? Oh, I was asking if anybody did the special event where you have to mix drinks for people. Well, I still can't do the two operatives. They just got too much HP and I don't do enough DPS to them, so. Yeah, you completed the special event here. One here, there, the breeze, savoring the breeze. Okay. It does give free stuff. If I run fast out of stuff to be able to continue it.
So, what do you think of the members you've met so far? Well, Father is always encouraging us to be strong-willed and independent. So if there's one thing we've got, it's people who aren't afraid to speak their mind. Well, I should probably get cooking. Wanna join?
Of course!
Then let's head out and... Uh-huh. Fremine, what are you doing here?
Well,
Hey, nice to see you again!
oh, you too.
We were just going to make some food.
Seafood?
Were you looking for something just... Yeah, we've got some left.
Some food and...
No problem. Give me a second here. Food, water... Wait a minute. What do you need all of those for? You're not on any missions as far as I'm aware, and you were just going to come eat with us. So what's this all about?
I thought I'd grab an extra portion because I get hungry at night. Could be because I'm growing, you know?
Need healers that heal fast. I mean, very fast.
Fremine, you remember what I told you? You're not like me. Your lying skills still need some work. Tell me what's going on.
Oh, didn't you select the option
Is it
to
enough that you
heal
have to keep it
like
from your own
25% heal boost?
Maybe it'll be better if we gave them some space.
You have Kokomi?
Just follow me.
And we're just going in circles here. I really hate Fontaine.
You're back! Oh, and
Oh,
you're
but
back
I
in
need
Bethany
her?
this time.
Hello, my name's Linny. I grew up in the House of the Hearth. And you are?
Hi, Linny. I'm also a child of the House of the Hearth, just like you. You can call me Clairvy.
Do you have Navia?
Murphy?
Is Navia good to
It's
bring down
nice to
shields?
meet you. Does that name ring any bells, Linny?
No, not at all. That's not a name we have on our roster, I'm sure of it. What I'm not sure of, though, is how she managed to sneak in. She must be the phantom child Father's been searching for. From the looks of it, I'm guessing you were the one that found her, Fremine. You,
No, I haven't told anyone.
for how long?
About...
So ever since we got to Poisson, then?
I know what I'm doing.
Really? 'Cause from where I'm standing, it looks like you know the rules of the house, Fremine. I know you do. Father doesn't tolerate any form of betrayal. So why are you doing this?
I've thought it through. And I just can't hand her over like that. Linny, don't you remember last year? Chaplot nearly died after getting poisoned during that one mission. He wasn't able to get back that night.
Well, by soon you mean what? Because at this point we are pretty much in 5.0,
I opened
5.1.
my eyes. That feeling of being haunted.
As 5.0, they'll want to run the new characters from Nateland.
That was her?
They'll
She
be in
was the one who spoke to you
5.1,
that
which
night?
is end of
Unless
summer
there were other
next.
spirits roaming
next
around the House
fall.
of the Hearth. If Clairvy were our... But she's been living with us. I couldn't just hand her...
So what's your plan then? Come with me.
Those two sure care a lot about each other.
A couple that
Well, they got a
dance.
funny way of showing it. From where Paimon was floating, it sure seemed like they were about to bite each other's heads off. No way. They have a really deep bond. I just don't know how long that kind of bond can last. The darkness and the...
I'm sorry, Linny. I really didn't mean to drag anyone else into this.
Oh really? You didn't mean to? 'Cause I for one wish you did.
Lorene, Sedgeween.
What do you mean?
You know, When we were younger, you didn't call me Linny. You called me
Ryosley's
brother, just like
supposed to
Lynette.
run.
We grew up together, the three of us. We were all orphans, all rescued by father. Of all the siblings
People
in the
think
House of
that
the Heart,
also
I think
Nouvellette
our
will
bond was the
rerun.
closest. Later on, when you started calling me Linny, I wasn't actually surprised.
Or not
Linny,
Nouvellette, but darn, I forget now.
The darkest and you and Lynette are
And
the most
4.8,
important
we
people
have
in my life.
Farina.
No one can replace you.
We have Bird
So
Lady.
I won't.
Oh, looks like things are getting kind of heated.
We have
between Linny
Shinha,
Farina.
and we have Anaheim.
Oh, it's raining.
We're not getting a 4.9, so then it'll be 5.0. We're also going to be getting a 4-star Thethos.
Hey, you two! Hope we aren't interrupting anything. Like a fight, or...
Yeah, Navia,
Wait a minute,
Ryosley. I mentioned Ryosley. The other one's Navia.
Well, we're all friends.
It's just a small family dispute. It's not something our guests should trouble themselves with.
What are you getting at, Traveler?
When guests are around, families are off. I just. Thank you.
Me too.
Well, back to the matter at hand.
Well,
that means finding
Unfortunately
out.
for me, I still need to concentrate on Farina, so.
And nothing. She even came with
But
us all the way
Navia's
to
on
see.
my top 5
It
list, so
sounds like wherever.
she's definitely worth
Don't
it.
know much about.
Let's see here.
I just can't afford anybody
It's
at
just that
this point.
Emma doesn't really remember.
Well, sounds like it's worth a.
What is it?
I need you to promise me that.
Of course.
All right. Then let's seal the promise just like when we were kids. Fist bump on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I swear.
Annette?
Whoa!
Lynette!
But what a surprise! What brings you here, dear sister?
Doesn't look happy.
And, when exactly did you get here?
You're an idiot, brother.
You're an idiot.
And you too, Fremennik.
Everybody's an idiot.
You 3, Traveler. And you 4, Paimon.
Wait, what did we do?
I've seen
Well,
clearly around the
unfortunately,
house of the
I have to go
before.
with Farina,
I heard you talking about your plan.
which is
Rather
super
than stay-
crazy, but since I started playing this game, I wanted Sheena, but can't
Not
afford her,
giving us
so
much- Well, I guess
Nope.
we're all in this together then.
it
After
won't
we
be
talk to
Sheena.
Clarby, there's no time to lose.
It'll be Farina. Unfortunately, I got nothing left to do in the game. The only thing that's left is the Abyss.
She said
And for me to have any chance at leveling up in the Abyss is to pick the characters that can carry me through it. Which is, at this point, the ones that I'm missing are Farina, Navia, Zhongli. So,
That's still when she.
Does she know
no,
that
it's
she is-
MiHoYo that
tried
is the
to act
betrayer.
If you've got some time,
Sure.
But that's okay, because by the time they arrive, we will all be playing Wuthering Waves and having so much fun that we will never want to come back to this game.
Brings you here.
it's just that
The roster? The people in charge in this house. Wait,
is there anyone that can vouch?
Perry. She's my best.
Have either of you heard of that name before?
No.
Me neither.
Clarby. But it's maybe we should.
Oh,
It can be anything you want. Just imagine. It's your birthday, you're blowing out the candles.
where the sun can. That's.
Oh, Sheena should have been, you know, back in the,
The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine.
when we had the,
No one can get out alive.
what was it called there? The thing in Leeway, the festival in Leeway? That's when she should have
Okay,
had her
Time
rerun.
to divide and conquer. I'll try and find a way to use basic illusory magic to. Lynette, Fremine, you stay in Poisson.
Understood.
I'll try my best.
What about us?
I really appreciate your willingness to help. Let me think.
Ah, Paimon gets it. You want.
I'll give you a magic bird. If Father suspects, of course, that's only if the worst case
And
scenario
Sheena
happens,
is
we're
not
discovered,
really
he
either
too.
a cryo DPS, she's a cryo support. So she's
I
not
really hope
even
this
top
goes well.
tier, really. She's not DPS, she's just cryo support. So it would have been fun if I had her at the beginning to do all the quests and the stories and all that stuff. But now all that's left is the Abyss. She's not going to be really good for me in the Abyss. Yeah, well, I don't even have a cryo DPS unless you count Rosaria, which is more physical than cryo. I think we're supposed to get out of here now. So, yeah, so you see, it's not worth it. Gina's just not going to be worth it. On top of which, everybody that bought her outfit kind of realized that she got nerfed. So her treasure chests are a lot smaller with the dress than without it. Hey! Look at this, I got a challenge here. Ew, barrels? Yeah, I should have gotten a Yaka too, but then I would not have been able to get Nahida or Kazuha, so...
In the name of the Princessin.
Well, Riosley's not bad. I prefer getting a Yaka to Riosley, really, honestly. But can't afford it. I can't even afford, you know, Arena, so... Anaheim's a lot better at DPS than pretty much everybody else. I won't be able to get him either.
Stay close and you will live. But a momentary
Oh, why am I
distraction.
not surprised that Child is here? Can we kill these two?
It's the knave and Child. Hey, aren't you supposed to be in Snezhnaya recuperating? What are you still doing in Fontaine?
Oh, it's you two. I didn't expect to run into you here. I was unconscious for quite a while after the fight in the Primordial Sea. After I woke up, I realized I was being taken back to Snezhnaya, and well, I couldn't have that now, could I? Not when I've still got unfinished business here in Fontaine. So, I mustered up all my strength and made the journey back on my own.
What sort of unfinished business are we talking here?
It has to do with Skirk, my master. I really wanted to meet up with her, but by the time I got back, she had already left. I still have so many questions for her. Without any other leads, all I could do was ask the knave to help me track her down. She must have left behind some traces from her time in Fontaine.
Oh, okay, so have you found any clues?
Unfortunately, no. While the House of the Hearth is adept at collecting all manner of intelligence, certain existences can still manage to escape our purview.
Basically, unless Master feels there's a need to meet with me, she's not going to be found. But that problem has an easy fix. I just need to become stronger, and then...
Paimon thinks you should focus on getting better first.
The worst of it is over. It's all thanks to that one kid from the House of the Hearth. Elwar, I think her name was. She gave me a bunch of random potions to drink. They didn't go down easy, let me tell you. Pain and chills all over. But they really did help speed up my recovery. And that's good, because it looks like I really do have to head back this time. The old man's been putting the pressure on me. He sent someone to tell me I'm needed for some sort of project.
Project Stuja?
Yeah, that's the one. I heard Regrader's involved too. I'm not looking forward to having to listen to all his monologuing, that's for sure. Hey, maybe you could think of a way for me to stay in Fontaine for a little longer. Helping Linny and the others brush up on their fighting skills would be far more interesting.
If I've
If
done
you
the
and I could
Abyss,
spar,
yeah, you didn't
that would
see
be
my
even better.
video
I've been
earlier
waiting for a chance
today.
to see you go all out.
And what a sweet little daydream that is. But besides, considering how little they see...
One I could do without, I'd say.
Is it just Paimon? Or does it kind of seem like they're...
So, dear guests of the House of the Hearth, to what do I owe the visit?
Right! We're...
Is that so?
I don't want to learn more about this psycho.
Huh, good question.
The fact that you have to ask...
Spoken like a true
Well, if there's nothing else, I think I'll take my leave. I still have a small matter to resolve at home.
wait, don't go!
I'd also like to hear the answer to this. I've met some of the members of your organization, and they all seemed like really good kids. They actually reminded me of Tonya and Tusser. Which, by the way, if you ever betray them, I'm just letting you know, I won't let you off easy.
And why would I betray them?
Well, you've already betrayed the House of the Hearth once, haven't you?
Yeah, we
At
just need
least,
some more
that's what I
viewers
heard.
in here. That would be nice. There's a
Hmm.
lot of people that stop by and answer the poll question, but they never say
Okay,
anything.
okay, I admit.
You guys are not silly enough.
Wait,
Never mind what I've done. I'm more curious as to what the might...
Ah, well, nothing much. Oh, based on your...
Hardly. I don't... Although, it would be more... Call yourself a Fontainian.
you're not...
I was trying to protect the children born in Fontaine. Claiming that I myself was a Fontainian simply... The primordial sea wouldn't have any effect on me, but it would have caused great harm to the House of the Hearth. Well, you wanted extra information, didn't you? There you go. I hope that satisfied your curiosity.
So, you stayed in Fontaine for the kids.
Good. Like I said...
Actually, well, I heard that members always...
Well,
bad-
that's only a
Too bad
recent
she's
development.
black and white and
And
white
They
and...
were that high stakes?
You should call her Granny.
Ooh,
Well,
She's got
the
white
current
hair.
atmosphere's not half bad.
Having a lot of family around means dealing with a considerable amount of bickering. Just imagine.
Instead of calling her
Tusser becomes
father like
obsessed with
disturbed and
plucking out
confused
strands
people,
from the
they should have
rooster's
called her
mustache.
Granny.
Or Tonya.
Okay, okay.
Hey, you Tao, how are you today?
Well, would you look at the traveler, Paimon?
again,
All right, all right.
No thanks necessary.
I like the sound.
We should probably get going to.
Oh?
Oh,
I'm rather enjoying the evening breeze. If you don't mind, I think I'll stick around for a bit. I have some things to think about. Apologies for not attending to you like a proper host. Please forgive this slight. I do hope you'll have a pleasant stay.
We managed to keep her distracted until nightfall. Good thing Child was there to keep the conversation going. You don't think she suspected anything, do you? Oh, I wonder if Liddy ran into any issues. Let's hurry back and see how everything went.
No! Let's bother the knave.
Oh? You decided to stay a little longer? Let's take in the ocean view together, then.
Really? I'm good. Why are you skipping the story? Because I am pretty much... I'm not interested in confused peoples. I never liked the Fatui. I don't like Child. I don't like Lenny. I don't like Freminette. I don't like Lynette. I don't like none of the Fatui. Child was sentenced to death. That's what should have happened. HM Music. Marcus Spider. Hey ho.
Well,
Guys,
long
don't
story
forget
short,
to...
we ran into a small issue. Clairvy can't go into the sunlight. Everything was fine at first. She followed me up to the surface.
And the only
just like I
reason why
told
I'm
her.
doing this story is to be able to unlock her boss to fight, so...
But as I let her out
I
of
don't
the
want to be
shadows
stuck
and
here
into
for
the
3
sunlight,
hours listening
she
to
vanished.
chit-chat from the kids and...
I turned around and there she was, standing at the edge of the shadows, silently watching me.
Hey, that used to be, what's her name's
Maybe
friend?
she's afraid of sunlight, or... No, it wouldn't be her wish if that were the case.
No, that's the girl that's the friend with the
Well,
Navi.
we could always
Or
try
the knave, or whatever you
pushing her
want to
into
call
it.
it. So, HM Music, what are you up to? Have you played this game? Which is your favorite characters?
Oh, true.
I've pretty much tried it all already. Nothing worked. Eventually, the sun went down, so all I could do was bring her back here. How did it go with you,
Well,
Lynette?
sometimes, you know, I got some
I've got the list.
frustrations and I
It's
want to
right
beat
here.
up on the Nav
Really?
or the
What are we
knave.
waiting for? Let's take a...
We can do it!
Oh, that's a lot of pages. Oh, it's gonna take forever to...
We can each take a section. Here.
But no, I don't need our materials. It's just for the fun of it.
Kuyad.
I say it's all his fault.
Oh, yikes. That our rare guy has a...
Ah, I've met him.
Did he say anything?
Well, I asked if there was someone. It was only later that I learned.
Wait, so that means...
It may seem cruel, but betrayal is not to be taken lightly. We know too many secrets to come and go as we please. Her
Have you
name's
been,
not
you
Flora.
guys, doing the Abyss and
that's
getting
not too
artifacts
surprising.
from,
It doesn't seem like this list
the
is
new
complete.
domain
It only contains records dating back around 5
on the
years.
island?
Let's shift our attention then.
Everything
Fremen,
I got
were you
from the
able to find
Abyss
anything out?
was... That's from the new domain, and I'm not happy about it.
Fremine.
I don't want none of those.
Sorry. I managed to talk.
Strange.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, those are two of the people that we met while...
That's to be expected, actually. Father brought us all
Well,
here.
I'm
As
glad you
members of
enjoyed the
House of the
story.
Hearth, where
You've
certain
already
members
done
get
it.
older and realize they want something else. People like Chaplot and
These kinds of conflicts have.
well, that's true. I can't say for sure.
you think she's been inside.
No, not exact. She's told me about it.
And they just believed
Clairvy's words.
Yeah, that little
probably
girl
gave you
used to be the
excuse they were
Navi's
looking for.
friend, and she used to be the
This is all
father
because of-
before her father became father.
What's this project student?
Sorry, but I'm not sure of the details either. I only know what Father has told us. Because the House of the Hearth was so successful in obtaining the Gnosis, we now have the honor of playing a key role in Project Stuja.
Wait, but isn't that a good thing?
Key role is just another way of saying dangerous role.
Well,
To us,
HM
the
Music
whole
didn't
thing is
say
an
much, did he?
inconvenience. Father thinks so too, but she's in no position to refute. It's just that
Wasn't that like a music
we'll
store
lose a lot
back
of
in
members.
like 20, 30 years ago? H&M or HM Music?
Okay, super comp.
External pressure has a way of exacerbating internal
Marcus
strife.
Hader.
You can't over. I thought resolving
Doesn't
the
talk
Clairvy
much, does he?
situation would make everything go back to normal. But it
Oh,
looks like things are more complicated than I thought.
8 votes now. A
If
lot of
we
people
leave
are
Filial
voting.
and the
People
others
are
to
not
their own
talking.
devices, sooner or later, Father will be forced to take action.
We can only focus on one situation at a time, brother.
You're right. Even if we confront Filial and the others, it won't do any good. It might even make matters worse. We should focus on Clairvy for now. Well, it's getting late. We should head back and get some rest. We'll try again first thing tomorrow. Lynette, you stick with me this time. Fremine, keep a close eye on Filial and the others. Make sure they don't do anything they'll regret. Good work today, everyone. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
I just tried and didn't farm these artifacts, but I'm just get disappointed about my old sets didn't get strong box. I'm trying to build Navia. Total around 2 months only. My Sans is good. Others are still very bad. Ew. Yeah, that's not cool. But did you see my run today of artifacts again? Or the one from yesterday? Or the one before yesterday? Or... I never get anything good.
Oh, Paimon is looking. She's even scary when she smiles. If she were to actually get angry. Ooh, you have to protect Paimon if that happens, okay, Traveler? Oh, well, in that case, we should just.
Oh, there's a little girl. That's the Phantom Girl.
Look over there! Quick, let's catch up with her before anyone sees.
Well, she can only be seen by people that she wants to be seen by because... Oh, I really... Have I mentioned how I hate being here? Where we just keep going around, around, and around.
Over there!
Yep, she disappeared all right. Yay, we're going around some more. Isn't this story
Where is
exhilarating?
she going? Or if someone sees her, we're toast.
In a few months, they will add new sets again. Well, by that time, everybody will be playing Wuthering Waves, so they should have done Sumeru sets a long time ago. Like 3 months ago.
Clairvy! Shh. I opened the window while no
Well,
one
the
was
new
looking.
area that they added in Leeway kind of took us a week to go around and do everything, and I'm still not at 100%. Like 8 hours after playing the new update to Fontaine, like I'm at 100%, and there's not much to do.
If only I could have more than this. You probably think I'm being silly.
Well,
too.
obviously not, in the sense that there'll still be millions of people.
Everyone in this family, as long as you're useful.
You're saying.
And actually,
you can
Genshin's
have
going to
it?
be really happy because it's only going to be the
It's just-
free-to-play players
doesn't
that
seem like
leave.
something she would do. She's
I knew you. Everyone thinks she's a good
mother.
And
She
people
doesn't
that have
deserve
been,
that
you
title.
know, spending
She's
like
disgraced it,
3,000 per
tarnished it.
characters will
If I
obviously
had things
continue
my
playing
way,
this game,
if only Perry were
even though
here,
there's no real
she'd
content other
understand.
than the Abyss.
Harry. Also, it almost feels like she's not really here with us. Well, in any case, it seems she looks so young.
So
It's
everybody
getting rowdy.
wins. Free-to-play
Look at the
players will have a
moon.
fun game
Isn't
to
it
play,
pretty?
and
Hey, wanna hear a secret? Perry and I promised each, but I can't find her.
also, I
worried
don't
she's
think
lost
that
her memory.
Wuthering Waves will be
I
able
know,
to
that
be
wouldn't
played
happen
in
to her.
China, to
She
be
said we should
honest.
really go talk to
So if
Mother.
they have like
But
6
we just
million
can't.
fan-based players
She
there,
doesn't
and
listen.
Wuthering Waves
What should I
is
do?
blocked, and they can't get access to it, then Genshin's gonna be safe in China.
Paimon really doesn't
Well, there'll be a
understand
lot
what's
of free-to-play players
too
at
bad.
first, and word of
Early
mouth
morning
will go
tomorrow.
around saying it's such a good game. And then maybe we can attract some whales to the game, so we'll see how that goes.
All right, looks like we're all here.
Oh? What is it?
What makes you ask
Well, I'm
that?
not saying that people will be able to let it go
Kinda like
easily,
the doctor back in
It's possible that Father... We're not
but you won't
all
have
on
to
the
log
same
in
page.
every
I do
day
hear,
to
though, that when
grind,
Father
you know,
first
the
became Father
primos and this
rejected
and
most of his-
that.
secret experiment.
You can basically just buy crystals and wish for the characters you want.
I don't know
Then
the
log in
details
3
about the
months later
experiment
when there's an
itself, but I
update
do
and
know
do
it's
the
an
stories
entirely
and
independent
stuff and
operation.
wish for more
The doctor only
characters.
proposed the details of the experiment.
And
are
in between you can
confidential,
play
but
Wuthering
complete records are
Waves.
kept on all participants.
I mean,
That
people will
doesn't
always...
seem
I'll
to be
still
the
come
case with the
back to
situation Claire
Genshin, but
referred to. I know you don't agree with some of the
between
Fatigue's
now and
methods,
Natlin,
I'm
I
not
don't
asking
see
you to.
me doing much other than trying to beat the Abyss, which my
Alright,
characters
that's what
can't do
Clara
yet.
seems to think. It's just
So
that
it's just
it doesn't
grind,
seem like
grind,
Perry
and
is
grind
the
some
easiest thing to
materials,
do.
some
We just asked the
levels.
maid directly, but
Father didn't come back. Lynette, you're with me. Fremen, all right.
You know, since I've been playing, the only 5-star weapon I got was this bow. Of all the wishes and wishes stuff, this is the only 5-star I've ever gotten.
The world remains constant over the centuries.
Like most people that, you know, have had so many characters, have like 10.
Transitory.
Then 5-star weapons, I got 1. That I don't even have a character that can use, really. Hey, let's go back and talk to Mother. I like to call her Granny, because she's got white hair. Yep, the new Abyss, I'm looking forward to it. But I know I won't be able to complete that one either, but it is going to be more primos. Yeah, like I said, every once in a while I'll come back to this game, but grinding it every day. Like, I have a month to do so, and then once Wuthering Wave is out, I'll be busy for the next 6 months.
Ah, it's you two again. I must say, you look a bit pale. Did you have trouble sleeping last night?
A little.
Perhaps if you had less on your mind, you'd be able to absolve yourself of such troubles. So what are you planning to do now? Catch up on some sleep? Or should I give you some time to rack your brain for a topic to discuss before I ask any questions? Although I must profess to being curious. Without child here.
Us? Distract you? A good one. But no, we were just here for a chat.
Looks like you could have used some extra time to think. No matter. If you don't
She
have any
insulting us
complaints,
again.
don't worry.
That's
I'll
all
be
that
sure.
this people do is
Those
insult
embraces are nice
everybody all
today.
the time.
Children always think they can. Well, I'll leave you to think things over. If you're so inclined,
I
meet me
hate
outside the
children.
Palais
Can't we just
Marmonia.
have a game where,
Good things come
you
to
cook
children
them
who
up
do as they're
and
told.
put them in the
So
blender
I
and
do hope
serve
you decide
drinks
to
to
take along.
everybody? Along with slimes and stuff? Like they could be monsters?
What should we do? She clearly knows about everything we've been doing, and Paimon doesn't think it'd be a stretch to say. Oh, good idea. Well, we should probably head to the Palais Marmonia. Paimon doesn't want to find out what. Okay, then we probably.
Finally, we get out of here. The Palais de Memorial.
Seeing as we still have some time before my meeting, we might as well enjoy some pleasant conversation while we wait. I'm glad to see you get along with my children. Being
I wish we
surrounded
could
by
come
good
across
companions is
Farina and see
necessary for a
how,
child's
she
development.
pees in her panties. Because I
planning
think
on
she's
doing
scared of the
anything to
Navi.
them, are you?
What did you
I
just
assume you're referring
say?
to Lenny, Lynette, and Fremine. Although, there's
Like
that
have a video
situation
game
with
where the
Filio
kids
and
are all
Mantua as well.
monsters
Hmm.
and you go around
It
collecting
appears
them and
quite
putting
a
them
few
in
people have been
blenders
acting out
and serving up
lately.
drinks?
No matter. I'm not one to discriminate. All those who betray the house meet the same fate.
Like you add a
There are
little bit of
no
coffee beans
exceptions.
and a little bit of ice and a little bit of, orange
Oh,
punch and a
are
little
you
bit of
here to beg for
tomatoes.
their lives? I'm sorry to disappoint, but the rules of the house change
Add
for
some
no one.
slime
In
and
my
you're good to
organization,
go.
everyone is responsible
Got
for
all
their
your
own
primo gems for your
actions.
wishes for the month.
Don't you care about them at all? They really respect you. They even call you father. You must feel something for them.
No, she doesn't. Look
Any
at her
organization
eyes.
in which feelings come before principles is one destined for ruin. The House of the Hearth is hardly an exception. You could say our principles are more stringent than most.
See, she even
Perhaps I
agrees
can
that
offer
she
you
should
this
cook up the
consolation at
children.
least. As our guests, you two will not be held accountable along with them. I would imagine Linny, Lynette, and Fremine will be able to keep their lives. As for Filial, Nantoy, and the others, I'm afraid there's little I can do. They can try to escape, but once you know our secrets, there's no getting out alive.
Ooh-wee, see?
But that's awful.
No, it isn't. Little
Oh,
slime juice
you
and
seem
everything
concerned.
tastes better.
Out of consideration for my
I just
guests,
wish we
I
could throw
suppose you could
Paimon
turn a
into the
blind eye
mix.
for a little longer. If Linny and the others manage to dispose of Clairvy in the meantime, all evidence of their wrongdoing will be lost.
Good day,
In that
hi,
case,
and good
I could
luck.
hardly
Thank you.
punish them
Why
for
do I need
something I
luck?
couldn't prove. If their efforts are unsuccessful, on the other hand, all will be held accountable. And the punishment will be severe.
She's just explaining how she's gonna put all the kids from the House of the Heart into a blender and eat them. A little bit of slime juice and mint.
Of course. Oh, and here, I believe this belongs to you.
So
Do
how are
try
you
and
doing,
keep good
Blast?
track of it next time.
You never come to see
It
me
takes
no
a
more.
considerable amount of time to train a bird like this. It would be such a pity if you were to lose it. Permanent.
Wait, where did you get that?
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have to chat. Now, for the matter at hand. I asked you to meet me here because I have business at the Palais Marmonia. It has nothing to do with you, but I think it would be prudent for you to stick by my side for the time being. There will always be time later to run off and tell Linny what you've learned. Well, time to go.
What?
Looks like we wrapped things up just in time.
Why do I have to protect the Nov? Knave, why? She afraid of Farina now? I am so confused. Oh, maybe she's afraid of Neuvillette? Could that be it? That I would understand. Afraid of Neuvillette. Oh, yeah, that's it. It's kind of bad when you think about it. Arlecchino is
It's
twice
been a
as
while,
strong
Monsieur
as
Neuvillette.
the Shogun.
I must say, I wasn't expecting my meeting request to be approved quite so quickly.
That's never a
The
good
Palais
thing when you
Lamona
have
operates with an
regular
efficiency
characters
worthy
twice
of
as strong
admiration.
as
It is only
Archons.
right that an esteemed diplomat such as yourself should be afforded the proper level of respect. Although, if I may speak plainly, I must confess that I did not anticipate we would have the occasion to meet again after I see you brought the Traveler and Paimon with you as well. If I may inquire...
I'll be departing Fontaine shortly. There is, however, it requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. So I took the liberty
I
of
guess you
explaining
Tao didn't
everything in
agree
this
with my
proposal.
game version.
Please review it at your leisure, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Where did everybody go? Is everybody mad at me for what I said about kids are monsters and games and stuff? And
I understand your request. However, at the risk of causing offense, I must admit that I fail to see why you would wish for such a thing.
I heard you have a certain fondness for water tasting, Monsieur Neuvillette, so allow me to use water as an analogy. A family is like a large body of water with countless rivers flowing in and out. As someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean. Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way, disappearing into the ground and leaving nothing but a barren riverbed behind. Not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean, but I would not see their existence rendered meaningless. I believe the water that flows within them is simply meant for a different destination, like a field in need of irrigation. Or perhaps the glass of a certain water-tasting enthusiast.
you guys are all so quiet. Are you into the story?
you
Let me
get
know and
into that,
I'll
Traveler?
keep quiet.
Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you, however, few among us are willing to sip from a glass filled with tainted water.
It may have been tainted at one point in time, but not to worry. I'll make sure it's strained of all impurities and returned to its cleanest form.
What is she talking about?
I seem to recall there being a transactional aspect to your proposal. Perhaps you could expound on that?
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I will gradually withdraw my forces from Fontaine. And,
That's never
unless
gonna happen.
absolutely necessary, I will no longer carry out any special missions within Fontaine.
I presume I can take your words to mean that, in the future, cases similar to the Tartuffe assassination will cease to cross my desk?
Tartuffe? Ah, that thief who embezzled funds from all those charities, you mean? My deepest condolences to his family, but without any evidence, I cannot imagine how the House of the Hearth might have been involved in his passing. Of course, if you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette,
Wasn't the
I'm sure
Tartuffe
certain
dude the
measures
one
could be
that
taken to
kidnapped
reduce the
Lynette
frequency of
when she
such
was a
troubles.
kid and Lenny and
You
Navi
choose your
dealt
words
with it?
carefully indeed. In that case, I am inclined to accept your proposal.
Or
My
am I
thanks for your
mistaken here?
generosity, Monsieur Neuvillette. Well, With that
Anybody paying
settled, we should be
attention?
going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water from Snezhnaya for you to enjoy. I do hope I get the chance to hear your impressions. Perhaps at our next meeting, yes?
Indeed. I trust you would not overlook your commitment in the meantime.
All right, Traveler Paimon. Time to go.
Everybody is so quiet. That's why I hate doing stories. I got nobody to talk to. I need a co-host for this show.
So, what exactly were you talking about back there? Paimon only heard you mention some rivers, a large body of water, and then some kind of irrigation scheme.
You really want to know? I would imagine there might be more pressing concerns at the moment.
Winnie, Paimon really hopes everything's going okay. Oh, Paimon recognizes that look. You've got your thinking cap on, don't you, Traveler?
Yep, something's going on. He did that on purpose. Trying to steal my wallet.
Shoot. Are you alright? Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I was so focused on selling these papers, I wasn't looking where I was going. Well, let me make it up to you at least. Here.
Oh, you don't have to give us anything.
Please, I want to. It's not like I'm short on supply. It's my fault, really.
What's going on here?
Yes, kill
Nothing
him.
much. I just
Kill
ran
everybody.
into a friend here on accident.
Hold on.
I miss the blood and gore
Of course,
from
I'm
other
happy to
games.
compensate you with more.
That's
It's
what's
just
missing in this
I
one.
don't have any on me at the moment.
I'll take 3 papers. Here. Your
3
payment.
papers. One for the 3
Oh.
kids.
Thank you for your patronage. May the Archons bless you with good fortune. If only I had the chance to run into such generous customers every day. I should probably just take on a smaller inventory though, right? I'm getting married soon, so sometimes it's hard to not get ahead of myself. Anyway, I should head out. Goodbye!
Goodbye.
Well, now
Why
that
are
my
you
affairs
so
are settled, we
aggressive
should take the
today,
boat back to
Jeepsy
Poisson.
Peepsy?
We've even acquired some light reading to enjoy along the
Have
way.
you ever played Age of Conan?
Actually, why don't we stick around for a
It
little
was
longer?
extremely popular,
I
like
just realized how hungry she is. She
10,
can't head
12
back to
years
Poisson on
ago.
an empty stomach.
It
No,
appears
that
you
game
two are
had
under the
some good
impression that
fighting
delaying our return will
mechanics and a
somehow
lot of
alter the
blood and
situation in your
gore.
favor. I'm sorry to ruin your fantasy, but your efforts are meaningless. That being said, I could be persuaded to give Linny some extra
It was
time.
for adults, though. It
I
was for
just have
18 and
one
above
condition.
because there was a lot of
If
nudity
you
in the
agree to
game.
my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite curious about
I
Clairvy,
just say I
are
met a
you
lot
not?
of interesting people
And
playing
my
that
relationship
game.
to her.
Wait, why are you being so generous all of a sudden? You're not gonna ask us to do something bad, are you?
You overestimate yourself. You don't have the talent for bad things.
I don't know if you've seen like the movies 300,
The most important consideration in a
like
negotiation
Sparta and
is that
stuff,
both
where,
sides
you know, in the
receive something
movies
they
there was
want.
like blood
Demands and threats
always
only get you so far.
going on the camera lenses and stuff. Oh, I was 7 years old. Okay. You're a spring chicken.
Wonderful. Here it is. When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
Okay. Sounds normal enough. But what do you mean, when the time comes? When is that
I
supposed to
watched
be?
Meet the Spartans. I
That
don't
is for
think it's
you
the
to
same.
decide.
But the movie 300 with, what's his name? Gerard Butler? Kind of the movie that made him famous back in the day. Like back in the days of the Romans and whatnot, there was this big fight scene, and every 2 seconds there was blood falling on the camera lenses. It was so funny. And Age of Conan is a little bit like that. You have a lot of slashing here and there, and parts flying all over, and
Then we have a deal. Follow me.
but it was for adults. I guess that's why they didn't put it in this game, because this game is more oriented towards kids, I would say. Okay, now where do we have to go? 600, we have to go. Okay, I'm not walking that. Whoa. Okay. How am I supposed to even get there? Can I go from here? Man, they set that up in a place where there's no teleports. Francis, Naga, no, I haven't. Can't say that I have. I have no idea who Francis No is. Sounds Japanese though. Nagano? That sounds Japanese. The Francis doesn't. Yeah, American? Japanese?
How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
Oh, really? Really, Paimon? You're gonna have me go around the mountain here? Pain in the butt. 18 years passed away yesterday. Oh, okay, well. Sorry to hear. That's pretty young to be passing away. Oh, man, I hate that when that happens. Oh. Okay, so do I need to know more details about who he was and why did he die and stuff?
But a momentary distraction.
He was the original sinner. I don't know what that is. What does that even mean, the original sinner? You're gonna have me Google stuff up now.
What is this place?
Somewhere long forgotten by everyone. It used to be a grand building. Now it's nothing more than a pile of rubble. No one comes here anymore, nor does anyone care about what once happened here. Although, this place does have something to do with the story I'm about to tell you. It was before I became a Harbinger, and before Linny and the others joined the House of the Hearth. Due to certain events, I first killed Clairvy and then her mother. And this is where it all happened.
You were the one that killed Clairvy?
Well, because...
Patience now. Allow me to explain Clairvy's side of the story first. I'll start from the beginning. Clairvy was 6 years old when she was brought by her mother, Crucibina, to live in the House of the Hearth. From the outside, it seemed like a fairy tale. A thriving family made up of kind adults and friendly children. Crucibina was the knave at that time, and the House of the Hearth was under her control. She was Clairvy's mother by blood, but she was also the mother to all the children in the house. Clairvy was happy here, for a time. But she quickly realized that being part of this family wasn't a fairy tale at all. It was a kind of purgatory.
Purgatory.
Exactly. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over Teyvat. But as for how to raise them, that depends entirely on the person in charge. Crucibina came up with a novel idea. She would teach the children to fight, force them to duel each other, and then crown as the king of the house the child who proved themselves most worthy of inheriting her title. It's difficult to estimate the number of children who died or were maimed in the process.
Ooh.
There's little I can say about the ones who died. The ones that emerged with permanent injuries, on the other hand, well, they still served a purpose. They would be handed over to the doctor to be experimented on, or sent away on dangerous missions. Nothing more than tools to be used and then discarded.
Ew. Doctor.
So those were the experiments Clairvy was talking about. But what actually happened to her? You said that Clairvy was Crucibina's daughter, so if Clairvy tried to convince her to stop what she was doing, Crucibina probably would have listened, right?
No. Since when do parents
Despite
listen to
being
children?
Clairvy's mother,
Never.
Crucibina cared little for her daughter. She forced Clairvy to join the House of the Hearth only as a means to demonstrate her own impartiality as a mother, to prove that she treated all her children equally. Clairvy did try to convince her mother to change her ways, but it was to no avail. After her efforts failed, the only other option was to rise up and try to fight back. Unfortunately, the other children had already been thoroughly indoctrinated into the illusion of happiness Crucibina had created. Of course, there was one exception. Someone Clairvy's age who knew the truth about the House of the Hearth. Her name was Peruere.
Where? Is that the Navi's real name?
Wait, the friend that Clairvy mentioned?
Friend, huh? I suppose we can call her that for now. Clairvy was a cheerful and passionate person with a tenacious spirit. Peruere, on the other hand, was rather cold-blooded. Her cold-blooded nature allowed her to see through Crucibina's facade. Yet, it was also this cold-bloodedness that prevented her from acting against it. At least at first. While Clairvy longed for freedom, Peruere was convinced that, amid all the fighting and violence, she would make it until the end. Despite their differences, the two became fast friends, united by their knowledge of the truth. Clairvy told Peruere that she hoped to create a real family, where no one would be killed or sacrificed. There may have been a certain naivete to her ideas, but Clairvy proved her determination many times over. She tried countless times to run away, ask for help, or expose the truth. But her efforts only earned her beating after beating. The only thing that kept her going was her strength of will. Even with her body racked with pain, she would still stand on her tiptoes and open the window at night. she and Peruere would look out at the moon together, a fierce longing for freedom shining in her eyes. But one day that light simply vanished.
Oh no. What happened?
Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination of things. 10 years had passed. 10 years worth of failure after failure. She and Peruere weren't children anymore, but finding any chance to escape still seemed as hopeless as ever. It was during this time that Peruere suggested a new plan. If escaping was out of the question, why not take down the very person sitting on top of this throne of lies? Mother herself.
Mother.
Clairvy rejected that proposal. She claimed that, as a famous harbinger, Crucibina possessed an unimaginable amount of power. Trying to kill her would have an incredibly low chance of success. Clairvy never gave another reason, but Peruere could see it written all over her face. Clairvy still thought of Crucibina as her mother. Killing her own flesh and blood was a line she couldn't bring herself to cross. If she couldn't escape and fight back, then only one option remained.
Death. Really?
Precisely. Death was the only way that she felt she could be free. It happened during a duel. When she arrived at the dueling ring that day, her partner turned out to be none other than Peruere. The very person that had stood by her side all those years. It was a fierce battle. But ultimately, Clairvy decided to let Peruere end her life. From that moment on, Peruere's journey was one written in flames. When the rain finally came and washed it all away, there she stood, the sole victor in Mother's endless game of slaughter. A trail of corpses strewn across her path to success. It was the very result she had predicted 10 years prior. Even then, she believed she would make it until the end. She wasn't surprised by the fact that she emerged as Mother's undisputed heir. Rather, her success left her with an inexplicable sense of restlessness. She was unsettled, and there was only one thing that could quell that sensation. Perhaps you two would like to take a guess as to what it was?
Yes, killing the person at the very top. So the knave killed by the...
Crucibina, you mean?
But...
Correct. This is the place where Peruere killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the place where she fought tooth and nail to kill the mother they shared. The moment she acted, any conception of what was right or wrong ceased to matter. It's one of the principles of the house. Only those who survive get to write the rules. Peruere won the battle, and became a harbinger herself. After which Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, bestowed upon her a new name. Arlecchino.
So the Perry Clairvy was talking about... It was you all along. You're Peruere. Arlecchino is just a name you got later.
Have you ever eaten ice cream too fast and get like brain freeze? That's what's happening here. I knew it though. I knew it. Watermelon sugar. Why are you eating ice cream fast? Don't you savor the flavor first? Actually, it never happened to me. But let's just say that, like, maybe 30 years ago, I had a cat that really liked ice cream and would lick it super fast, and after a couple of minutes would go. He would eat ice cream too fast and get brain freeze. I didn't even know that was a thing that happened to people, but apparently so. Hello, Alexia.
Hi there.
I left that name behind long ago. I must say, hearing it now does bring back memories. After I defeated Crucibina, the moniker of Mother died with her. I chose to forego the title she called herself and even chose to give up my own name. I rebuilt the House of the Hearth under a new identity. Not only as Arlecchino, but as father. And that
I'm sorry, but
is
you
where
need
the
to see a
story
psychiatrist because you're more like a granny than a father.
Any more questions?
Yeah. Based on what you just told us, Clairvy wasn't a little kid when she was killed. So the Clairvy we met... Was she really a spirit at all?
I suppose you could call her an illusion born of flame. Her existence is like ashes to a fire. Something left over in the wake of blaze and ruin. You see, a certain power runs through my veins. It's not unlike a curse. My flames leave behind shadows of anything they consume. Of course, the chances of those shadows morphing into a sentient entity are exceedingly slim. Clairvy is a very special case. Clairvy died when she was 16 years old, but what emerged from the flames was her 6-year-old self. Her appearance wasn't the only thing affected. Most of her memories were lost to the blaze as well. Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self. Lose 10 years' worth, however, and it would be like living in the past. Like returning to a version of yourself that never grew up.
No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling when we were talking to her.
No wonder.
Perhaps I should put it this way. Clairvy is someone trapped in time. It may seem like she exists with us in the present, but she truly lives in the confines of her own past.
So if all of that is true, then you must have known about Clairvy for a long time.
Indeed. She's a rather volatile and unstable entity. Sometimes she would look after the children. She's even saved some of their lives. But other times, she would hide from me and become obsessed with revealing the truth about the house to anyone who will listen. Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time. Your attempts to expose Clairvy to sunlight, they failed, yes? The reason is actually quite simple. In Clairvy's mind, the house is impossible to escape, and it is this very perception that traps her there. But no matter. All I have to do is kill her again, and all will be resolved. I don't anticipate so much as a single speck of ash will be left behind this time.
Wait!
Soon you can eat Paimon in the next update. They're coming out with a story where Paimon dies, and we are revealed to her true nature. The princess from Celestia.
It's too late for that. She broke the rules, and now she must be punished. That goes for Filial and Nantoy as well. She's had quite the effect on them. I hope you understand. The difference between Crucibina and myself lies in our formulation of the rules, not our policy for enforcing them. Upholding the rules without question is a trait we both share, because that is how a household should be run.
Yes, Granny.
Is this really what you want to do?
Ooh,
Whatever could you mean?
Aether has a line.
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Sounds so AI the way he
Whether
talks,
as a killer or as a father, there are two things that must be avoided at all costs: anger and sorrow. Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver. Well, it appears it's about time to proceed. Before we arrived, I told some of my well-behaved children to bring our troublemakers here by nightfall. I do believe I've kept my end of the deal. I give your friends quite a bit more time. As for what happens
He's not
now,
mute.
we'll just have to wait and see.
See, Paimon's about to die, and Aether and Lumine are going to get their voices back.
Here they are, Father.
Ah, you gonna execute him? Seeing something like that would actually be a first for me. Lenny!
I'm sorry. I heard about how you helped buy us more time. But I still failed. I couldn't find a way to fulfill her wish.
There she is.
Are you... Perry?
Indeed, it's been a while, Clairvy.
Perry!
Stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first, I believe certain scores need settling.
Is this where I fight the granny?
Father, let me explain.
Out of my way.
Ooh.
Father!
You chose to conceal a threat to the house. And for that, you must be punished.
Punished.
Overall, however, I suppose your wrongdoing is hardly the most egregious of the bunch, so I'll deal with your punishments later. As for right now, the more pressing concerns are the traitors among us.
By traitors? Do you mean us?
Yeah.
Father, let me explain. We didn't mean to...
Fultz, why don't you share what you heard?
Yes, Father. Secret Midnight Meeting number 3. Participants, Filial, Nantoy, Sato, Toddy. Nantoy clearly said, if only Father wasn't the one who took us in. Sato added, I'm sick of this life. I just want to live as a normal person. Filial was the worst of them all. She called us crazies and said a bunch of mean things about Father.
I did not!
Ooh.
You're lying! Fultz is trying to frame us.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I'm the only one who heard those things. After that, you and Toddy and a bunch of other people started talking about Clairvy. You were using all those things Clairvy brought up as an excuse to question Father.
Ah,
We're
spinach hair
birds
is a
locked in
snitch.
cage. The only way out is to destroy it. That's what you said, wasn't it?
You little. You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you, huh? And you, Sheplo, have you forgotten who stood by your sickbed, watched over you, and changed your dressings? Come on, let's hear it then. What's your reason for all this?
Spinach.
You're wrong,
Ooh.
Filial. We don't want you to die. You're our family.
Liar. You wouldn't be doing this if that were the case. So why? Why have you backed us into a corner?
Good.
We all live in the House of the Hearth. You know the type of work we do, Filial. A single betrayal can cost dozens of us our lives. It's not like it's never happened before. That kind of thing is hard to forget. That's why the House of the Hearth cannot tolerate any form of betrayal. Ever since we came to Poisson, you've had 7 secret meetings. A lot of the things you talked about really crossed the line.
You've been spying on us for half a month? Wait a second. Now that I think about it, the move to Poisson was just a way to make it easier to spy on us, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because we were all in one place. You've had this planned all along.
Filial, Nantoy, I'm sorry. I owe you both my life. I owe Clairvy too. If it weren't for all your help after I got poisoned, I wouldn't be standing here today. If this were any other situation, I would do anything to repay that kindness, even if it cost me my life. But
Rules are rules.
rules are rules. I'm sorry.
Sometimes,
My
though,
hands
you
are
can make
tied.
exceptions. Is this where I get to fight Arlecchino? Protect the children?
That's enough, Filial. We made a mistake, and we should own up to it. We broke the rules, plain and simple. And now we have to
Face
face
the
the consequences.
consequences.
I'm sorry, Chaplot. Foltz. I'm sorry, Father. We accept our
Rules are
punishment.
meant to be broken.
Chaplot, according to the rules of the House of the
Spoken
Hearth,
like a real
how should these
teenager.
traitors be punished?
All those who betray the house pay with their lives.
And so it shall be.
They should have the kids kill the grown-ups.
Father, please wait!
Something you
Uh-oh.
want to say, Linny?
Please
Yes.
reconsider, Father. What Filial and the others did, does it really count as betrayal? We all come from broken families. From the very first day we joined the House of the Hearth, we wanted nothing more than to make it a real home. But the truth is, none of us know what a real home should look like. I'm not saying I have all the answers. All I know is this. Killing Filial and the others may uphold the rules, but doing so will only bring us further away from being a real family than we've ever been. So please, Father, please reconsider.
I agree with Linny.
Father,
Well,
please.
if Lynette agrees.
Linny, you...
Well, Lenny's going to be
I
the
also
next
agree with Lenny.
harbinger. I bet he's going to take on the name
An
of
order once given
Fairy.
cannot be rescinded.
Little Fairy.
However, given the extent of your determination, I suppose we shall have to go about this a different way. Draw your weapons and face me.
Our weapons?
Father,
Awesome.
are you referring to a duel?
Precisely. The rules of the house will not be altered. Traitors must be punished.
Well, actually, Lenny is
However,
pretty much on par with
resolving disputes with a
Arlecchino.
duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength, and I shall offer a concession.
Wait. Bede. Father in a duel?
Yeah, we can do it.
Impossible. Father is way too strong, even for Lenny.
Not really. Lenny can't take her on. Let's do it, folks.
Did you hear that, Traveler? Lenny and the others have to duel the knave. What should we do? Can they really win something like that?
Yes, they can.
If they lose, those people from the house are really gonna be executed. Hey, are you listening?
No, but he's thinking here. No, it's not what she wants. Wants them to bond together and stuff
Don't
and
you
stuff.
want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver.
Looking at that expression on her face, she seems really serious about this.
Well,
Guess that
Lenny
means
is the
there's no
next
chance
head
she's
of the
starting the
house.
duel on purpose, huh?
Oh.
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And any disputes are less likely to escalate.
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
What's wrong, Traveler? Hey, where are you going?
I will
Traveler?
fight the duel. I knew it.
You're asking to join the duel against the knave?
Yep.
I'll allow it. We do have a ready-made dueling ring at our disposal, after all. All I would advise is this. Keep a firm grasp on your weapon, and give it your all. Any less, and you may just lose your life.
Yay. This is where I fail and fail over and over again, right? Why is she walking so slowly?
Everyone hold hands.
Now's our chance! With these rising flames! Birds call!
Go, Barbara, go!
Illusion shattered! Inazuma shines eternal!
Now that's more like it!
Ha! Ha! Ha!
Hang in there.
Is it my turn now? With the fall of darkness, destruction shall rise.
I see everything.
Have a taste of
Make
purgatory.
yourself to move.
Getting here! Is it my turn now? That hurts! Falling leaves, adorn my nut!
Come on, we can do it.
Watch out for Father's movements! Closer now.
Go, Barbara, go.
There is no escape! Now you shall perish!
Everyone hold hands.
You alright? Like a fly tangled in a web. With these rising flames, how amusing. Have a taste of purgatory. If I really have to draw the blade, then...
Granny. She's granny material. You a sore loser or what?
Kindness has been seared away.
Shine down!
My blade is all that remains.
Let the show begin.
Your punishment made manifest.
Over here! There is no escape! Inazuma shines eternal!
Hey,
Watch out for Father's movements. Look out!
You should know better than to crowd in one place.
Oh, I know.
No! I'm sorry, Father!
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack.
Go, Traveler. But she's built hot for a granny. Yeah.
Father, no!
Go, go.
Made it out, did you? You're stronger than I expected.
Much stronger than you are.
A crimson moon? I can't move.
Move.
Still, not strong enough to beat me.
What? Yes, I am. Definitely am. Senora's coming back to life, eh, by the way, for people that didn't know it. I'm pretty sure the doctor did some experiments to bring her back to life. I beat her like twice, and I didn't even get to beat her a
believe
third
we can
time.
end things here. It's not often that we get to enjoy the company of guests, after all. We wouldn't want things to get too out of hand.
Brother, are you alright?
Lenny,
Given that I am the victor of this duel, as agreed, the punishment stands.
No!
I never thought things would end like this.
However, everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In light of this, I'm prepared to change the method of execution. Elwar, the bottled flames I gave you for safekeeping. Do you still have them?
Yes? I wasn't sure what they were for, but I've kept them super safe. I didn't lose a single one.
Wonderful. Then, in just a moment, I'll have
I
you
don't know, but
administer them.
apparently she's coming back.
Flames?
Indeed. They're
But the
product of a
rumor is
secret
that she's gonna be
experiment.
like
Under
Chi-Chi,
certain
but
special
we'll have to see.
circumstances, flames can be extracted from my person and preserved. Once ingested, searing pain will spread across every inch of your body. No harm will come to you physically, but your memories will
Or
be
maybe she was
burned
cloned
away.
the same way that
If you can
Nahida was
withstand the
cloned
pain.
from the Greater
When
Lord.
you awake, you'll have forgotten everything you know about the House of the Hearth, and will be expelled from the organization. In other words, administering this concoction will kill the version of you that grew up in the house,
And give you
and
a
give
new
you a new
identity.
identity. Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self.
So, you're just letting us go, Father?
Not really.
You
You'll cease to
misunderstand.
be who you are,
Memories are
and you'll become
extremely
like a
important. Once
Chi-Chi
consumed by
mummified
flame, the version
walking
of you standing
zombie.
before me will die, and our secrets will die with you. So no, I don't intend to just let you go, because the person who survives will be nothing but a stranger.
Even so, I won't
I
have
don't
to
have to
live
live
in fear
in
anymore.
fear anymore.
I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry
They
I
are
let you
so
down.
chicken.
But I really...
Don't cry, Filial. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still
And
rules
I
to
hate
be
all the
followed, yes.
Fatui.
Remember what I
Even
taught
these
you.
little wimpy
Anger
kids
makes
and
you impulsive,
stuff.
sorrow causes you to waver. Don't let yourself be controlled by your emotions.
Of course. I'll remember.
Dry your tears, and go pursue the life you really want.
Yes, Father.
Chaplot, Foltz, Elwar, take them back to Poisson. And bring Linny and the others as well. I prepared 3 extra vials of bottled flames. As for whether to take them, the choice is yours. Goodbye,
They won't take
children.
it.
The next time we
They're
meet, I will no
Fatui through
longer
and
be your
through.
father. Thank you for all you've done for the house.
And
I hope
I
you have
really
bright
hate
futures
Granny.
ahead of you.
Chicken little.
Father.
Let's go.
Here, grab my arm, Linny. I'll help you walk back.
Thank you.
How do we get to fight this little girl too?
Clairvy.
Yes, we need to deal with her though. We'll have to step into the sun. Ooh, okay, she waited until it was night. Right.
Can we talk now? I've been waiting for a super long time. You really are Perry, aren't you? I haven't seen you in so long. How come you're all grown up? Wait, did I somehow travel to the future on accident? Or am I dreaming? What a long dream.
Neither. You died, Clairvy.
That's what happened. Yep, be frank and direct.
You could have at least sugarcoated it a little. Look, she's done speechless.
Oh. Okay then.
Huh? That's it? You accepted it just like that?
Yep, just like
Yeah.
that.
If that's what Perry says happened, then I believe her. Perry wouldn't lie to me. Plus, I don't really need to know why I'm like this. I'm more curious about what happens in the future. If you're a harbinger now, Perry, that means Mother is gone, isn't she? Can you
Kinda.
tell me about it? I want to know what happened to her. And to me.
You
Ooh,
never
this
stopped
is
trying
the
to defy
fight.
fate. At first, no one believed you. You could only vent your frustrations to the moon. In fact, you often sought comfort in the night sky. You wanted to see the aurora, so one night we promised each other we would go to Snezhnaya to see it together. Later on, you tried to run away, but you were brought back each time. Mother spared your life, but it wasn't out of kindness. Instead, she decided to make an example of you by slowly torturing you over time. That way, the other children would know what happens to traitors. Still, you never gave up. Mother hoped that through ruthless duel after ruthless duel, she would be able to crown an ultimate victor among the children she raised. But you called on everyone to unite, to fight to a draw in order to reduce casualties. Your efforts may have only delayed the inevitable, but still. You gave them hope. You tried everything you could think of, but every attempt ended in failure. Still, you never turned your sword on Crucibina, and you never turned it on me. On that gloomy day, you told me, "For the last 16 years of my life, I've done everything I can to fight for freedom. But now, I realize that the only freedom I truly possess is the freedom to choose to die."
I never imagined I would say something like that. I must have been feeling really worn down. But somehow, I still think I understand. According to Mother's plan, only one of us was going to make it until the end. And I always hoped that person would be you. If I could do it
Bingo!
all over again, I still don't think I would make a different choice. Even when I first met you, I knew you'd be able to do what I couldn't.
Is that so? Even now, I'm not sure I truly understand what kind of freedom you were trying to pursue. But as the head of the House of the Hearth, and as the children's father, I've tried to give them the most basic of freedoms. The freedom to choose their own fate. It's something I discussed with the Eudex of Fontaine. The children who want to leave the house will have their memories wiped clean of all secrets pertaining to the organization. In return, they will be allowed to live a normal life in Fontaine without being prosecuted for their past. Of course, I won't simply hand freedom to them on a silver platter. They have to fight for it and prove themselves worthy of it. Only freedom that is earned has true value.
That's more than enough. That's exactly the kind of life I was fighting for. You know, Perry, I think you're a pretty amazing king, and a really great father, too. I'm really
Man,
happy
these
that you're the one
kids,
who took
this
over
generation
the house.
is so
I
confused.
guess I do have one regret, though. I still haven't seen the outside world.
Is it like
Well,
saying
it
only
just so
men can be
happens that our
drag
dear
queens?
guests over here have been to many nations and traveled to countless places. Perhaps they would be willing to tell you what the outside world is like.
Really?
Of course! We've traveled all over the place. We've got so many stories, we could probably talk your ears off for 3 days straight!
I don't want to talk to any of this.
You know, playing the lute.
Oh, I have to go through all of it.
If I
Alright.
had some, it's just too bad Perry doesn't like wearing dresses. And Mother, she Those yokai you mentioned. I once saw a...
Oh, sounds like...
I was always too... But at the... I'm just...
The situation was super dangerous. Lenny and Lynette were...
Oh no! That must have been hard for all of you. What happened next?
Don't worry, we were able to turn the situation around super quickly. All thanks to Detective Paimon, of course.
How'd you do that? Come on, tell me.
Okay, so it was like this. After the failed magic show, we rushed...
Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time.
Yeah, so she's been probably repeating this over and over again.
Clairvy, you've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth. Now, by my authority as the Knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth. You are no longer tied to this place, nor are you bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave? I get to experience the outside world as well? Oh, I almost forgot. There's no getting older for me. grew up to be. Makes me really happy, Parallare. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet
Super
again
crap.
someday.
Clairvy. She left so soon. Paimon didn't even get to finish her story.
I also have certain sentiments left unsaid. I wanted to tell her that the aurora I saw in Snezhnaya was just as beautiful as the ones in the pictures. But a shadow's memories reset at dawn. Had we delayed any longer, we wouldn't have had the time to say goodbye. Whatever regrets may linger, let them be lost to the coming of a new day.
Father?
That cough seems so artificial.
What is he doing back here? Let's go check it out.
Father, the bottled flames have been administered. Filio and the others have left the house.
And you? What have you decided?
Thank you for giving us that choice, Father. But we never wanted to leave the house. It's the only home we've ever known.
Hey,
Lynette and
puppy.
Fremine feel the same way. They're recuperating back at the Hotel Bouffe d'été. But I decided to come back and tell you where we stood.
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps and become the next king of the house. Yet you seem to have different ideas. I must admit, I'm rather surprised by your decision to stay. There's nothing wrong with choosing to live a quiet life. Leading this organization is a heavy responsibility, one not so easily carried by someone forced onto the throne.
I just never understood what you saw in me. What made you believe I was deserving of that throne?
You're brave, talented, and, most importantly, you cherish your family. You would do anything to protect them, even if it costs you your life.
Speaking up back there was so brave of you, Linny. It's all thanks to you that we were able to convince Father to back down.
You're a hero, Linny.
Hero. Father is the real hero. Had Father gone all out during the duel, there's no way I would have walked away with my life. She must have had it all planned from the beginning, from the very moment she suggested a duel. I'm not
You
deserving
cried.
of that title.
This made you cry.
I'm not strong enough or smart enough.
You're wrong. In my opinion, all you need to be deserving of the throne is conviction and the necessary strength to act on it. We may have different ideas of what it means to be a family, but you can hardly be said to lack conviction. What you truly lack is strength. For someone of your talent, though, that's something that will come with time. Even without that strength, you still chose to face me in a duel, even though the odds were stacked against you. That capacity to honor your convictions is what I truly see in you.
Father.
No one knows what the future holds, what tragedy or triumph may be in store. Being at the head of this organization requires the strength of will to face whatever comes. Caution will only hold you back. If reaching a certain standard were required to go after what you want, I would never have succeeded in killing my predecessor. Back then, there was still a considerable gap between our abilities. Strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their convictions will never be worthy of the throne.
I understand, Father. Thank you.
Children must grow up to surpass their parents. Only then can a family continue to flourish. The road ahead is not an easy one, so I'll ask you one last time. Are you certain you want to stay?
You've done so much for me, Father, and that kindness must be repaid. Plus, with Project Stuja at hand, there are many dangers ahead, and I, for one, don't intend to back down. Protecting my family at all costs. That's my conviction.
Then you're welcome to stay. As for Project Stuja, you need not be too concerned. If those cowardly businessmen and heartless dignitaries try to take us down, I'm prepared to teach them a lesson. Having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness. With those members no longer among our ranks, the House of the Hearth is like a spider hiding in the shadows. We need only wait for our prey to come to us. At present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded, and no sacrifice shall be in vain. As for the two of you, whether we meet again as friend or foe, I'll remember the camaraderie we shared in this moment.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to take down that
No
Crimson
matter
Moon,
how
aren't we?
arduous the journey ahead,
And we're gonna meet as
I
foes,
hope we both
which I really
reach
hope,
our
because I hate
desired
Fatui.
destination.
Wait until 2 days later. I hate waiting this time thingy here. It's so annoying. Feels like it takes forever. And what's the purpose of it? Other than fishing, that's the only real use I have for the clock.
Didn't Linny say that Lynette and Fremine were recovering at the Hotel Bouffe d'été? Oh, what?
Okay, if you say so. I hate all Fatui, so I hate Lynette, Lenny, Freminette, the Navi, Senora, Child. I hate all of them. They're Fatuis.
Lynette? Fremine? How are you feeling?
Should be
Much better.
nailing their heinies to the walls.
Whew, what a relief.
What about you? Are you feeling alright?
I knew you'd come out unscathed. Us, on the other hand, well, we've been bedridden for 2 days. I couldn't even turn over. Oh, and I wanted to ask, is Clairvy gone? Linny and the other members have left Poisson and returned to the House
Hey,
of the Hearth.
Elijah.
According to him, there haven't been any more sightings of a spirit roaming the house.
I see.
I'm glad. Father came to check up on us 2 days ago and told us about what happened with Crusabina and Clairvy. Actually, I've met Crusabina before.
How did he meet Crusabina? Crusabina...
Wait, what? You've met the former knave?
How?
Crucibina died a year after Clairvy. It was during the year between their deaths that I joined the House of the Hearth. Crucibina had an extremely cruel and radical way of doing things. While she was alive, the atmosphere in the house was suffocating. When I joined, though, the experiment she valued so much had already come to an end, and all the people involved, dead and injured alike, were gone. Crucibina never talked about the past with us newcomers. A couple of months after I joined, Father killed Crucibina and burned all her files.
Yeah.
With that, the names of all the people subjected to her experiments, Clairvy included, were lost to the flames, along with the painful memories they represented.
Father took in Lenny and me a couple months after that, but she never mentioned anything about Crucibina or Clairvy.
It really seems like something she was planning to keep to herself. The last time you talked to her, did she mention why she kept it a secret for so long?
She said she didn't want us to be affected by the darkness of the past. She was worried we'd develop a false sense of gratitude towards her if we knew about it.
Yeah, I
The
kind of get her
foundation of a
point.
family should be free of any corrupting influence. Whatever happened in the past, it has nothing to do with who we are now. And that's what Father told us in the end.
But I still thanked her for everything. It was only after hearing about what Crucibina did that I finally realized how insignificant our lives could have been. The members of the house meant nothing to her. To say that she valued them in any way, even just as a tool, would probably be giving her too much credit. If Father hadn't taken over the House of the Hearth, I probably would have already...
Father rarely brings up the fact that she saved us. She doesn't believe that being indebted to her should be what ties us together. But even if we didn't owe her anything, we would still choose to stay. Because this is our home. We may have arguments or times when we feel wronged. Some people may even choose to leave. But as long as Father is here, we will always have a home.
Whether the path before us is bathed in sunlight or shrouded in shadow, we'll follow Father wherever she chooses to go. So I wanted to say thank you for helping us make it through this crisis. Without your help, we could have lost a lot more along the way.
Oh, we didn't do anything, really.
Of course, you're welcome anytime.
Are Filial and Nantoy okay?
I actually saw them at a cafe this morning. They didn't recognize me. From what I could tell, they were drinking coffee and talking about one of the operas that started running recently. They seemed happy. If I had to take a guess, I would say they finally found the kind of life they always wished for.
They seem happy. Quest completed. Is this the end of the story, or is this part of the story? What, does that give me a fireplace? Ooh, story done. Okay, now where is the boss that we need to fight? That's the experimental field generator. Oh, I'm confused. I thought she was a boss that we fought. Kind of like Senora and Child and everybody else, so why can I not find her on the map? Am I missing something? Was that fight the fight that is only the fight? There no other fight? We can't go up and fight her anymore? Well, that's very disappointing. Honestly. I thought she was a boss that we could go up and fight against. You folks are very quiet all of a sudden. Okay, let's end the poll here then. Okay, well, half the people have done it, the other half haven't. What do you mean my eyes are playing jokes on me? What do you mean? Why does it say that I'm missing rewards? He's in the domain next to the seahorse? I must not be talking about this horse. Oh, what? Talking about this one? Oh. That's the golem. I'm confused. Well, this is the only seahorse that I know. I'm not seeing any bosses around here. It's where you had to teleport and you were like, do I have to walk all this way? Well, I'm confused. There's a domain in a domain. Well, this is a seahorse, right? Not seeing any domains here. And yes, we had to walk all the way. Oh, this one here you mean. Now I get it. What, really? This is the thing, domain thingy? I am so gonna die.
Afraid? Shine down! Or do you not even have the courage to be afraid? Is it my turn now?
Ready, steady, go!
Is it my turn now?
Go, Barbara, go!
There is no escape! Now you shall perish!
Now that's more like it. With these rising flames! How amusing.
I see everything. The Temple of Wisdom.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Illusion shattered! Spare your energy. Running is of little use.
I'll protect.
Have a taste of purgatory.
I can't stop now. They need me.
There is no escape! Torn to oblivion! How amusing.
Oh, Barbara's dead?
How amusing.
Oh, alright.
Let's play turn a little.
Well, if everybody's dead here.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! The countdown has begun. Like a fly tangled in a web.
Roll.
How amusing. With these rising flames! Is it my turn
What, the
now?
heat is dead too now? Darn it.
Look at you. Trapped like a bunch of helpless.
Alright, well this is not gonna end well, I knew that.
Closer now. How amusing. The mortal who's next? Lead.
One with wind and cloud.
Is it my turn now? Spare your energy. Running is of little use.
Alright, we're gonna have to figure out how to beat her one of these days.
So many.
Ah, everybody's dead. Okay, well at least I've done it. I've unlocked her domain. Good. Well, folks, guess what? It's pretty much time for me to call it a night. Or maybe, is there some resin I can go and spend? Ah, I've almost got 80. That is so cruel. 4 times 8 is still like 30 minutes. I just have enough to make one resin. But that's okay, because I still can't beat this Shogun on the hardest difficulties, so... Now look at how we do the Arlecchino boss. Yep, let's just make one. And let's find a blue ley line somewhere. Where are the ley lines? Where's the blue ley line? Gold one's there. The blue one's here. Oh, good. I need to level up my characters, and it takes like 200 heroes wit to get from 90 to... from 80 to 90.
Illusion shattered! Wind strike!
I'll protect us. I see everything.
Clouds high. The birds call! Torn to oblivion!
Ah, it only gave me 8. What's the point of making a condense if it doesn't give you any bonuses? That's really crappy. Darn it. So my question of the day was, is C2 Bennett worth it? Because he's in the shop this month. I was wondering if it would be worth it to go and get him. Nine, I'm not even at 10. Ooh, I am at 10 here. Okay, so tomorrow I could do a 10 pull here. Can't really do a 10 pull here yet. Wish me luck soloing the Shogun. Okay, good luck. No, don't get C2 Bennett. Why? It's not worth it, but it gives you energy recharge. I mean, eventually to get him all the way up to C5, wouldn't it be worth it? Fortunately, I can only buy one at a time, so... When his health falls below 70%, it gives 30% more recharge. Wouldn't it be worth it? Passion overload by 3. Then passion. He already has enough, yeah, because I gave him like quite a bit.
Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
He almost has 180.
Benny's adventure team, assemble!
I need stuff.
Or not.
Yeah, well, that's easier said than done. I'd have to find a... Well, if at 20 it rolls into some energy recharge, maybe it'll be enough to get him over 200, but... Everything else is HP, energy recharge. Yeah, that's not the best, but it's the only HP that I've got here. And noblesse. Yeah, I got really crappy artifacts, so... Can't work miracles with what I've got. Got energy recharge here as well. And do I have one that has more energy recharge? Yes, this one. But he also kind of needs the attack. No, the attack doesn't work on him. It's only his basic attack and weapon attack that affects his attack bonus. Actually, if I level this one up, it would be pretty decent too. Yeah, eventually I will have to. I'm still trying to level all of these artifacts up. Because I even brought my, I brought her today to the Abyss, and yeah, her artifacts are a little bit on the low side. So obviously I am not gonna 36 the Abyss with her. I definitely need to get her more constellations. So hers would be worth it more than Bennett's, since he's already at C1. Well, Diona's flower is pretty nice. I just know that it, you know, when you have a defense substat, that's usually where it goes. But for now, he needs kind of the HP that he gets from this one, but as soon as this one reaches 20, I'll probably switch it. Really crappy stuff. It all rolls into defense. I am so fed up of everything. But her flower, darn it, if it could roll. Oh well. Well, I wouldn't mind pulling on her banner just to get Ling's stuff. But knowing me, I'll end up with these two, and either I'll win or lose on this, which would really reset, and I don't have enough primals, and I really want Farina. I need Farina for my team. But, okay, enough chit-chat. I do have to call it a night, folks. I don't know if Blast is still streaming. I don't know if you guys play Honkai Star. But yeah, she's still streaming Honkai Star if you guys want to go and check out her stream.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion.
I
stand
just
before
don't want to
it
go, I
alone
just
and
don't want to
unchanging.
lose or win the 50-50. And I'm so unlucky, so I might do a 10 pull and actually lose my 50-50. It's all so confusing. Okay, folks, be safe out there. Have some good food and everything else, and stay warm. Have a good night's rest, and I will see you folks tomorrow. Well, yeah, because I don't use Freminette, I don't use Lynette, and, you know, I don't want to end up with more constellation of those characters. But we'll talk about tomorrow. Balls. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Okay, bye.
Nighty night.